Hi. Look, I kept my promise. So far I've been uploading twice a week, I think. Oh, wait. The last one was Sunday. So either I was fulfilling my promise last week, or I'm fulfilling my promise this week. So in a way, I've done both, if you keep changing your mind. The lighting's a bit different in here. You may have noticed I got a lamp, which is really exciting. I got it on Facebook Market, so that was my second win of the marketplace. I like it. It was simple and it's effective. Really, the big reason why I'm even on here right now today is because, like, I genuinely had a good day today. And I had no reason to, not really. There's this thing that happens like once every like 45 days, maybe 50 days. I feel like 45 is a little too exact. There's this thing that happens where I'm just happy. The dopamine and the serotonin align, and I am what I feel I always should be. And it's quite the rare occasion, so I'm sharing it with you. Although if I'm being honest with myself, TikTok may have something to do with it. I just got into it, like, finally. It's so much fun, and I've just been spending ridiculous amounts of time over the last few days, like, just putting filters on myself and putting filters on my cat, and I don't know why it makes me so happy. I know I'm wasting a fuck ton of time, but is it time wasted if I'm having a good time? I don't think so, because I'm still being productive. Moreover, I've been listening to a lot of like I literally, the playlist that I was listening to was called something like Mega Hits or something like that. And I feel like that has also contributed to like how I'm feeling today, especially since TikTok is all like, I don't know, quote unquote popular music. But it's not even because it's particularly, you know, good. I wouldn't say it's bad either. A lot of it is good. But, you know, some of it is a little bit sadder, and some of it is a little more poppy, and some of it is a little more like, you know, just vibey. But the fact that in my mind it's like everybody is listening to this right now, for me, it feels like I'm actively connecting with people. Like, I don't know why. I mean, I spend most of my day, well, basically all of my day, listening to music or listening to podcasts, and I still feel, I don't know, crazy, stupid, lonely. And I mean that, I don't know, it like listening to music, it doesn't help me feel less alone most of the time. I have a really hard time loving music. That's strange to say. I love music. It's more like suddenly I'll remember that this is just one recording, that I'm listening to the same recording over and over and over again, and it makes me really depressed, like when I remember that fact, because these moments that like I exist in and relive in was just one moment for someone. Yeah, and then I sink into existential dread all over again. But when you're listening to music that's technically popular right now, you're kind of connecting with others. I don't know. It makes sense in my head. I hope I got it out well enough. But yeah, all these things, for whatever reason, I feel happy today. It is also the second day of fall, so that might have something to do with it. That's my favorite season. I'm finally, for the first time in my life, going to get to see a real fall. I can't express how stoked I am. I am already starting to see leaves change, and which is insane to me. You know, it's only September, and yeah, this has just felt like legitimately the longest year of my entire life. Like, it's only September and so much has happened. I was thinking about this recently, and a year ago today, I was still working at a jewelry store. And at the time, I really believed and fully convinced myself that I was going to have to stay there for another 5 years if I wanted to go any further in my career. And at the time I wanted to be a gemologist, which I still really do want to do, and I'm still working towards, but I had to convince myself that in order to have that, I had to stay and continue to be a sales associate more than anything. And I look very young, and I worked at a family-owned business, so almost every single person that walked in either knew the boss or wanted to talk to the boss. They'd take one look at me and they'd be like, "Where's your dad?" And after dealing with that for years, I worked there for a long time. After dealing with that for years and years, it was like just debilitatingly depressing, because I felt like no one could ever take me seriously. And some of those reasons simply weren't my fault. Like, that is just the way that some people where I grew up would just talk to women. That's just how it was. Sometimes there were customers that straight up would not speak to me. Like, I would ask them, "Hi, how are you doing?" And they would look straight past me, and it's not because they didn't hear me. It's because they don't talk to women. That would happen, not a lot, but it wasn't rare. God, I didn't mean to start talking about something so real. But what I mean is that, I fully accepted that I was going to be in that for another 5 years, that I was going to be 31 years old and still be treated that way. 5 years from now. That's where I was a year ago today. And since then, I got a new job back into lab work. I'm still pursuing gemology on my own. And then I made this crazy fucking move across the country. I never could have done that if I just accepted what I thought I was going to have to do, even though I really didn't want to do, the means. I wanted the ends, and I did not want the means. Leaving was terrifying, and it was also for a job that wasn't really going to be paying me anything more, which was, another reason why I almost stayed again. But God, it's just so much has happened. This has literally been the longest year of my entire life, and it's only September. Oh God, but it's been a fucking ride. That was an accident. I should not have done that. Fuck. I didn't do bad. I'm gonna have this last cider with y'all. As long as it doesn't pop. There were 4 in the case, the last one. Yeah, it's been a great day. It's been a great year, if I'm being honest. It really has. I'm turning 27 soon. Don't remind me. So I'm just trying to enjoy these last bits of 26. I have about a month left. But it's been a great year. The biggest reason why I even tried getting another job, actually, one more thing to touch on that subject, was that I was turning 26 and that I was gonna need health care. My last job didn't have it, and that was the big thing that motivated me. I guess like that and retirement and just like, you know, all of those thoughts of just like extreme dread where you're like, I don't have this and I don't have that and I don't have this and I don't have that and I don't have this and I don't have that, and I'm 26 years old. I don't want to live like this anymore. And I did get extremely lucky with getting the job that I even got. I had an interview and I didn't get chosen. They called me and they said, yeah, we went with somebody else. And they ended up having somebody quit pretty soon after that. And they called me again. And I was paid shit, but I had benefits. I finally had healthcare and I had retirement and I had PTO and all these things that I never had. I don't know. If there's one thing I have to say about anything, it's to take the right stepping stones. Like, even if you're trying to decide on anything right now, like, whatever it is, if it's not necessarily what you want, it's not the end. But will it help you get to whatever you want to do? And will it make you happier than you are in your current situation? Just take a leap of faith, I guess. I don't know. Okay, what else can we talk about? Cat harness. I got my cat in a harness today for the first time ever. I used to let her outside at my old apartment, but then she started wandering a little bit too far. And like, I used to just like leave the window open and she would just like, and I would do that for just a couple of hours and she would like go out and she'd sit at the window and then she'd go out and then she'd sit at the window and then I'd hear her like playing with my neighbors, and she got to be a little too wandery, and then she started like picking fights with cats that also lived at the apartment complex, and so had to stop that. But she used to go outside a lot, and now I live in a building where when I open the door, I'm not outside, I'm in a building, and I feel really bad for her because like when is she gonna get to feel sunlight ever again? That, I mean, you know, not through a window. So I'm trying so hard to get her to accept the harness life, and today she finally she finally wore it, and she was so confused. She didn't want to go out of my apartment. When I got home today, she tries to run out again, and I got her in the harness immediately after, and she was just really confused. She did not want to go out the door. But she wore it for a bit, and she was so stinking cute. Blue is definitely her color. And then I spent a very long time trying to get a video of her with the cat shark filter. I saw it while I was on my lunch break, and I was like, oh shit, I need to try that on my cat. Is she the bunny? Is she the shark? Well, I found out today. And she was really stinking cute. And then speaking of TikTok again, TikTok finally figured out that I like inside, and like Bo Burnham's inside specifically. I'm almost scared to say it because like I get why people are annoyed. I get it. But also, just let me talk about what I like, okay? There was a video that popped up, and it was about, I guess he has a website or something, and some interviewer was asking, so your website says that you're going to die on January 17th, 2024. And Bo was like, yeah, so that's the day that my dog is going to die, and when he goes, I go. And it was a really funny clip, but it was very interesting because, I mean, I'm absolutely going to make this all about me because I'm the main character. So my cat, I found her, and I found this out very recently too, because I was never a fan of Bo Burnham until Inside. I take that back. I was a fan of him when I found out that he directed 8th grade. And then I was like, all right, fine, I'll watch Inside. I still don't like Make Happy. I really like What. I feel like I've gone on this spiel before. I think What's pretty fucking good. And I still don't know whether What is better than Inside or vice versa. Still haven't decided. But I found my cat on Bo Burnham's birthday. And that day is August 21st. And I found her in 2017. So on that day, 2017, we had a solar eclipse. And I remember that evening so perfectly. But anyway, she was just a little kitty. That's the day that I found her. The end. But to be continued. Because that video, so I found my cat when I was living with my ex-boyfriend. And my ex, we got together on my dad's birthday, which is January 17th, which is the day that Bo Burnham said he was going to kill himself. So anyway, it was just like, whoa, meta, but not really. None of it ties together, not really. But it was just kind of interesting. Just how the dates intertwine, and I don't know, I'm always putting meaning in numbers even though they don't exist, but it's what I do. I like to think of them as glitches in the Matrix just to give them some kind of meaning. I know it's not, whatever, just whatever. But yeah, I love my cat to death. And I've thought about it too. It's like, if I was given the choice of you know, redoing my life and going back when I was in college and majoring in something, literally anything other than geology. I don't know why I did that. Why did I do that? I have a degree in geology. I don't really use it. I don't know. Riddle me that. But if I could go back and, tell myself, hey, don't be with that guy, he sucks. Don't move in with that guy, you psycho, you've been with him for 3 weeks. There's so much that I could do and say, and if I had the opportunity, I would do it all over again. Because at the end of that relationship, I found my cat. And she's the best thing that's ever happened to me. That same summer, I had the best summer of my life. Well, actually, I don't know. It's actually competing with this summer currently. I went to Montana and Wyoming and Idaho, but Idaho's stupid, for my last geology trip. And I worked really, really, really hard to pay for that trip. It's the final class that you have to take when you're a geology major. You're basically just like doing field mapping outside from like 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day. It is brutal and it is exhausting, and you learn a lot and you meet the best people. Anyway, I worked really, really hard to pay for it because it's like it's a summer course, so of course you don't get any financial aid, even though it's easily a $6,000 course. Like, it's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Anyway, worked really hard. Really, really, really fucking hard. I would never wish that on anybody. Please just make college education free, because no one should ever have to go through that. I had the best summer of my life. That was the summer of 2017. And then I came home, and like 2 weeks later, I graduated college. I went on a research cruise, and I threw up my guts, and I threw up my guts so badly that I was literally dropped off at another port and was told, yeah, you're a liability now because you can't keep anything down, so we're dropping you off now. This literally all happened in the span of a month, and I'm still not done yet. I get back, I graduate, I go on this research cruise, I throw my guts up, I get home. Solar eclipse happens, and I find my cat. Hurricane Harvey hits less than a week later, and yeah, that was August of 2017. What a time! Wow. I'm just telling y'all everything today. I don't really know why. I just wanted to talk about a funny video that I saw on TikTok. Anyway, in conclusion, numbers, dates, glitches in the matrix. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. It honestly means nothing and is nothing special, but it is exciting when you can like relate to somebody, even through something so infinitesimal like that. I mean, I have no idea how old that video is. That might have come out before me and my ex even got together. Before I even found my cat. I have no idea. I don't know. But, I mean, maybe it's the same reason why I thoroughly enjoy listening to, like, that Doja Cat song, or I'd sing it, but I don't want to get copyrighted. I don't know. There's a lot of songs that I've been listening to lately that are, like, the vibey popular things, and I really genuinely feel like that's why I feel so happy right now. It's because I feel connected somehow. I don't know. I did have one frightening thought today that I guess I could go over. I completely forgot. The last thing that I needed to talk about was stonks, but not really. I was just going to say I sold some of my stocks, and now I feel better now that I have more than $0. That's it. I did have one frightening thought. So that thought today happened at work. I don't even know why it came in my head. I think I was throwing something away. And I don't know why, it just like, this thought just came in my head that like at the end of your life, if you were, like, you die and you've lived your whole life completely and fully, and if somebody set you up next to all of the trash that you've ever produced in your entire life, would you think it was worth it? So like you die, I don't think you're standing before anybody that, no, you're not. This is all entirely hypothetical, but you're standing next to whatever mound or hill or mountain of trash that you've ever made in your entire life. You're standing next to it. Like all of the toothbrushes you've ever used, every single paper towel and paper plate and piece of clothing, everything, all of it. You're standing next to it. You made it. It's there because of you. Was it worth it? And I swear to God, I'm really happy today. You don't want to know the things that come to my head when I'm not happy. But no. Balls. Yeah, I don't know. It was a thought, but like, I mean, waste is always on my mind, and it has been a lot lately. Like a lot. And like, I was just thinking about that in terms of my life and in terms of my job. Like, is your job worth the amount of waste that you produce at work? Or would you rather be doing something else? Not even necessarily something that produces less waste, but that like you're making an impact. Literally in this way. And not that like it's your fault that so much waste exists, but I'm saying like, if your job is to scribble on a piece of paper and throw it away, are you happy doing it? Is it worth it? Because it is something. It's something tangible, and I don't know. It was just a thought that came into my head. And then I thought about it in terms of cooking too. Like if you cook a meal and then eat it, whatever you made, was it worth the waste that you produced? Maybe you didn't even make any waste. I don't know. Depending on what you're cooking with and where you got your produce or your meats or your cheeses, you know, whatever. If you use reusable dishes and utensils, then I don't know. Just like all of these thoughts. If you pick up a coffee, was it worth the cup? If you pick up a burger, was it, at the end of what you ate, was it worth it? And if it was, then cool. It's just like, it just opened my mind to a different way of thinking. That like you think everything you do doesn't matter, and maybe sometimes you feel like you don't even exist. Like, well, the can I opened is proof I exist. And was it worth it? I think so. I'm gonna recycle this can. Whether it actually gets recycled or not, I don't know. Whether I'm the one that opened it, it doesn't matter. Somebody else was always going to open it, and it was always going to end up in the trash simply because it was made. But that's a whole other discussion for like another time. But was it worth it that I'm the one who opened it, and now I'm the one who's going to throw it away? I don't know. Anyway, my stars of happiness and sadness. Did something cool today. It's rare. That I hope you enjoyed this. I don't know what to tell you. I hope that if whatever reason you came here, it's I don't know. I hope you liked it. Okay, bye.